Today we'll be learning all about arcs and slow in and slow out when it comes to keyframe animation. This will help you plan out your animations, and we're going to practice with the jumping frog. It's going to be a ton of fun. Today you'll need your notepad to animate with, a pen or a pencil. If you're going to be working digitally, you'll need your iPad or Surface or a stylus to draw with. Let's get started. All right, in this first step, we're going to draw the background. So I'm working in Flip with Clip, but you could also do this with paper, and you're going to need 20 pieces of paper. So in the very first step, let's draw the background. All right, so let's take a minute, and the first thing is we're going to draw a straight line, and let's actually add a few layers so that way we can draw the frog on a separate layer. Okay, so let's draw a straight line for the horizon. This is going to be our pond. And let's draw 2 lily pads, one right here, one right here, and we're going to draw 1 lily pad over here. Okay, so in this story, we're going to have an alligator, and the alligator is going to be right here. Let's just draw a simple triangle for the alligator. All right, so now that you have this, let's copy this over 20 times. So if you're using Flip a Clip, you can hold this button down, press the copy button right next to the trash can, and copy it over. Let's just repeat this 20 times. All right, now that you have the background in, let's plan out our arcs. So what are arcs? Arcs are the path that we want this frog to animate on. So let's actually draw the arc on a new layer. And if you're working with pencil and paper, you can use either a pencil or a colored pencil like a blue pencil, okay? Okay, so let's draw our arc with a blue pencil. So we want our frog jumping from left to right, then jump here, to here, over here, to here. So that's our arc. We want to make him jump from here to here to here to here. All right, let's move on to how to draw the frog. Now that we have the arcs planned out, let's draw the frog. So we're going to draw the keyframes for the frog first. And I'm going to open up a new layer, and let's draw this frog with the pen, and these are the key frames. So let's draw the frog when he is in his normal state. So this is when he's sitting on the lily pad, and you can draw him just like this shape. So we're going to make the frog really easy to draw. So it's like an oval shape, and we're going to have 2 circles for 2 eyes. We'll make a little smiley face, and we're going to do a bend line and a circle. And let's draw 2 lines and 2 circles. So that's our frog. So when the frog is about to jump, we know we're going to squash. So let's draw our frog squashing. So he puts his head down, his legs get ready to jump up. And then when he jumps up, we're going to draw a stretch shape. So let's draw this shape like that. And so now the frog is jumping up, and he's pushing off his legs like that. And let's put his eyes up here, and his arms are also pushing off. Now let's have him in the air, so he's flying. So let's also draw the stretch, and his legs have sprung out, and he's happy because he's flying across. His hands go out like this. Okay, so now midway, let's draw the shape like this. The frog is an oval, and draw 2 dots. And the frog's legs are falling. All right, Now let's draw a stretch with the frogs falling. And he has his hands out to catch his landing. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 key poses so far. Let's draw a couple more key poses. Okay, let's draw the frog starting to land. And so this is going to be a squash, right? So maybe the shape is something like that. And the frog is starting to land. And his legs are starting to come back in. And then the frog lands on the lily pad. So let's draw a shape like that. All right, so how's that look? Looks pretty good, right? So let's just review the main ideas here. If this frog was a ball, this is a perfect circle. This is the squash. This is the stretch. That's a stretch. Now it's coming back to being a circle. Now that's a squash. That's a stretch. This is starting to be a squash and squash. Let's talk about the idea of ease in and ease out. So what an ease in and ease out is when you have more frames here in the rest state and the anticipation state, and then it springs up. So you'll see that we have 2 frames here for anticipation, anticipation, and anticipation here. So that's a slow in, and then this is the action. Now we can add a few more frames here and here if we want the slow in. So it slows down, we're at the top, and slow out. And then we stretch and he lands. So now that we have all of the keyframes drawn, we can actually plot the frog jumping on the timeline. So let's do that next. All right, now we have our keyframes drawn. We can actually move them into position. So let's copy him, and let's copy and place him on the lily pad. And I'm gonna make him a tiny bit smaller. Okay, let's take number 2. Let's copy it. Let's delete this one. Let's go to frame number 6. We'll paste it in. And this is our squash. Let's go to back to frame number 1. Let's take the number 3 pose. Let's copy it. Let's cut it. Let's go to the next frame, which is number 7. Paste it in. Let's go back to our number 4 pose. It's going to be our stretch. Copy it. Go to our number 8 pose. Paste it. And you can see we're following the blue guidelines. I can make little adjustments if I need to. Okay, let's look at what we have so far. So it's starting to move. Let's continue. So we just need to continue to cut and paste our poses here, and then we'll animate the alligator. All right. Press play again. And there we go, we have our little frog jumping. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to animate the alligator. We're just going to make him open his mouth. We are now going to animate the alligator, and before we drew the alligator as a triangle. So I want you to actually take this alligator that was on layer 3 or your background, and it was drawn as a triangle like this. I actually want you to delete it. Take it out, cut it, so you can copy it first and then delete it. And let's paste it on a new layer. So to make a new layer, you press this plus button here, and you can call it alligator. Now you have that layer, and you can paste this on that layer. So make sure you're on the alligator layer, and you can paste that in. Okay, now this is on a new layer, and I'm gonna delete the inside line here. And I'm gonna draw my alligator. So let me draw it right here for you, and you can copy it. You can also make up your own alligator. So the alligator is really easy to draw. We're gonna add 2 bumps here for the nose. We're gonna add some teeth right here. And we can also add 2 bumps right there. And that is for the eyes. So I'm gonna erase out the eyes right here. Let's redraw this. You can give them little eyebrows. Like. All right, there's our alligator. And we can copy this alligator by selecting the lasso tool. Now, if you're drawing at home, you'll just want to draw the frames again. So just keep on drawing. All right, so let's copy it. Let's paste it in. So now we don't have to redraw that alligator over and over again. Let's paste it in again. Let's paste it in again. The alligator's just waiting for the frog to jump towards him. We're going to make the alligator, we're going to animate the alligator jumping up. So let's have the alligator jump up, and we're going to do our squash and stretch. So we're stretching our triangle. Maybe his mouth is starting to open. We can erase this part on the inside. So we're starting to animate him. Getting excited. Frog jumps up. And let's make it really close. This would be fun. So let's make the alligator open up his mouth even wider. Maybe he's really close. So we can draw that shape. And we can erase in the middle. The mouth to be open. All right, don't forget the teeth. Let's add the teeth. Okay, let's look at what it looks like. Frog's about to jump. Jumps up. I like this one. Barely misses him. So I think I'm gonna copy this one over. So you don't have to draw all new drawings. You can copy a drawing over if you'd like. You can move it. So let's just move this one a little bit down and maybe a little bit to the side. And I'm going to copy this, and I'll just put this one here and paste it in. And let's twist it a bit. And let's move the back of the alligator. I want to keep that position the same here. Okay, so the alligator's jumping up to eat the frog, but the frog jumps right over him. So let's paste it again, and let's move this over. And I think I actually want to make the mouth open even more, which will be fun. All right, that looks pretty fun. Okay, so the alligator's just moving and just missing the frog. In here, let's paste the alligator again. And let's actually change the mouth, because now he's missed the frog. So we can make him look sad. Maybe his mouth looks like this. I like making noises when I animate. You can think of how the alligator feels. He goes, "Aw, missed it." And the frog jumps back. You can paste again. So now the alligator is going back to his original position. And that's what it looks like. Okay, so we can go to an earlier frame as well. You can always copy an earlier drawing if you're working on Flip-a-Clip or on the computer. And if you're not, it just means you have to draw more, which is okay because drawing is fun. I like drawing a lot. All right, let's paste that there. So now the alligator's sad. He's gonna go back to waiting for something else to eat. Copy this one. Paste it in. And I think we can paste that in one more time. And then he'll go back to his original position, which was this one. And he'll wait for the next frog. And we will play it over. Let's see how it looks. All right, let's play it. Just missed him.
I hope you had fun today. Today we animated with arcs, we animated a frog jumping over an alligator, and we planned it with keyframes, and we animated the alligator by pose to pose. So all these principles of animation are helping you build your animation skills. Keep practicing, keep going, and keep growing. I'll see you in the next lesson.